Do be on the lookout for vintage serveware. Cake stands like this one can be worth quite a bit. I'm Tiffany of Thrifting Vegas. I shop for vintage treasures to buy and resell. Will we find something you like? Join me for a fun adventure and let's go thrifting! Happy English Boxing Day, everybody. It's the day after Christmas and we are at the Goodwill at Rainbow and Cheyenne. Now you may notice that I'm not sitting in the driver's seat today, and that's because you are in for a treat. My dad is with us.
Hello. Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. We're all dressed in our Christmas clothes.
Dad had his Christmas shirt on and I've got my Snoopy Charlie Brown Christmas shirt on. But without further ado, let's go inside and see what they have. I think all the Christmas stuff is 75% off today, so we'll have to see what we can find.
Happy New Year.
Let's go thrifting! Goodwill was closed for the holiday yesterday and the parking lot is very full today. It looks like everybody is here for the 75% off black sticker sale. Let's go inside. We'll grab a cart and let's have a look, see what the color of the week is. The sign is right over here. It is orange. All items with an orange color tag are 50% off, so we'll have to be on the lookout for those as well. Here we are in the hard goods section. We're starting in the figurines and collectibles aisle. This piece looks like a silver birch tree trunk. I grew up with those in England. It's either a napkin holder, maybe a letter holder, but sadly it's got a massive chip on the corner there, so we'll have to leave it. Back here's a little heart dish, deviled egg plate, and here's a teapot. Many of you suggest that teapots without their lids can be really good planters. This one would be pretty with an ivy plant in it. We've got lots and lots of dolls, some baskets over here, little bunnies for Easter coming up. Here's an easel. Looks like a trivet back here. Let's have a look. I don't think this piece is vintage. No, very, very modern, that one, with like a pine wood frame. Let's see. More dolls down here. Some of them in boxes. We've got some cups and saucers and plates. Very modern clock there. Back here is a little Native American designed pot. Looking for a signature on the bottom. I see something that could be a signature, but the quality doesn't look quite right to me. It's definitely not sealed. It looks like somebody's wiped it over with a wet cloth and the paint has smeared across there. I think we'll leave that where it is. Some Merry Christmas bits. These look like strawberries or maybe pine cones. Some glittered beaded fruit. Let's see what is going to be our first thing in the cart today. Ooh, these are California Poppy Trail by Metlocks. Let's see, the plates aren't ever so hard to find. But let's pop them in the cart. I'm not really sure of the current value of these vintage plates. Oh, these are vintage Mikasa, the ones underneath. Let's pop them in the cart. I'll look them up on eBay Solds and see what the current market value is on those. There's some more beaded fruit back here. These are berries. Oh, they're actually hanging Christmas tree ornaments. There's 3 in the bag for $3. I do quite like these, but I'm thinking they may be a bit huge on my Christmas tree. Let's pop them into the cart and I'll have a think about them. There's nothing worse than coming back to the shelf to grab something and somebody else has it in their cart. What else? More vintage bowls here. And there's some patriotic stuff at the top. There's a couple of trinket boxes. That one is a stamp roll dispenser, and this one is a souvenir piece. I don't think people use stamp rolls much anymore because they don't seem to sell very well for me. And at $4, doesn't leave much room for me for resale. More fruity ornaments. As I look at these, I am deciding that they are really going to be a bit big and overpowering for my tree, so I think I'll leave them. A bejeweled deer here. He's very lightweight and has quite a bit of damage. We'll leave him as well. More vintage plates. Ooh, that one is $6. Now, I know we've seen this piece at least a couple of times on my channel, but I just noticed something unique. Under the red flash paint, the glass is actually yellow. So we are going to take this with us and see if we can remove the flash paint. I have a couple of different methods up my sleeve and reveal a beautiful yellow glass dish. So stay tuned. After our shopping trip and the haul, we'll do that together. Here's a little planter vase, not signed, quite lightweight. I think it's just made to look old. Mice figures. Always check these planters. This one is obviously modern, but sometimes they are Hager, Royal Hager. Up here are some pottery pieces. This is a single goblet. That one might be mass produced, as is this ceramic piece with the Christmas tree. But these two here are artisan pottery. They are drip glaze. I think they are actually... They're signed. They're actually drinking glasses. If there was one, I might think it was a vase. They're $3 a piece. I'm a bit bothered that the colors don't match. Let's keep going here. Some lanterns. Oh, this is willow tree. $4. A little mother and child piece. Maybe grandmother and child. That is lovely. That definitely has some room for profit at $4. A mask. Oh, that's one of those Man of the Woods masks. Quite lightweight though. Just a resin piece. Some of the, are they called Friends of the Forest? Those pieces in that brand do very, very well. Oh, here's another goblet. Let's put that up with its friends. Two in the brownie color. One is more yellow. I wonder if there are any more of those. It would be nice to have someone have a set of 4 or 6. Some praying hands. I think this is a soap dish, maybe. Little bamboo coaster box, I think that is. A girl with geese. I thought that was a Hummel piece, but it's plastic. This piece is Charming Tales. The bunny's missing his ear there. That is really a shame. Planter with some damage. Lots of trays and ceramics. Digging down to this wolf here. Somebody's project piece. It's a little bit crude, very, very heavy. We'll leave that as well. Let's fix that. Set of glasses. Are these Libby? Possibly vintage Libby on those. There's an awful lot of serveware, dishes and bowls here. Lovely little angel. I think this piece is Bradford Exchange. I see a number underneath there. It is $5, but I've sold these in the past and they do quite well for me. That goes into our cart. Oh, there's more in this set down here. $5 on those. Let's see. It's like a Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy doll set. They don't really look like the characters. Let's see, they just are dressed up, almost like kids dressed up for Halloween. This is a vintage piece. It's an old wine bottle diorama of a little mouse in a rocking chair reading the paper. Now he's very dusty inside and I'm not really sure how I would clean that, so I'm going to leave it on the shelf. All sorts of little bear figurines here. We've got cats. I'm reaching up. It's kind of high. Oops. We get that in a minute. This, I believe, might be Shawnee. It's a corn on the cob sugar holder. It says it's supposed to have a creamer with it. So let's pop this into our cart. It looks to be in nice condition. And keep our fingers crossed that the little creamer matching is somewhere on these shelves. We'll stand up that piece that fell. There's a Russ Berry attorney figurine that's very vintage. And this looks like Noritake. It's a gravy boat with a base. Ooh, they're asking $10 on that piece. We'll leave it on the shelf. Elephant. Some little test tubes for sprouting cuttings. Easter decorative piece. Lots of shells. Here's another teapot without its lid. Let's see, what brand is this? Paris Royal. I wonder what the lid of that looks like. We'll have to keep an eye out for that lattice pattern. This looks interesting. There's a tile underneath this crystal piece. Let's see if we can slide it out carefully. Native American themed. These do quite well for me, especially with the information on the back. It's $5, but I think there is definitely room for profit on that piece. So let's carefully find a spot for it in our cart. Here is the last section of the figurines and collectibles. All sorts of decorative bits here. A trinket dish. Lots of little fairy houses. These toadstool mushroom ones are really sweet. They're made of resin, not ever such great quality. Oh, somebody was asking about this piece. It's a little train car or cable car made of resin. It's not ceramic. It opens up to some advertising and two little passengers inside there. I think it's actually comes in a set with other pieces. Let's pop this third little mushroom up here with its friends. What's this back here? They look a bit like chess set pieces, but I'm not sure. I think they might be missing a few unless they came in 2 boxes. Perhaps they are just a set of figurines. We got elephants over here, some teacups. Let's see, racks and candle holders. Looking through carefully for anything interesting. Oh, look at this beauty. A vintage Japanese little oil lamp combination with a vase. That is so unique. Just checking it over for damage. The transferware flowers are intact on there. That is lovely. I'm sure that Sharpie on the bottom can be removed. Let's definitely pop that into our cart. Down here I have spotted what I think might be the Fostoria cube pattern, although a couple of other makers did this pattern. Jeanette and Indiana Glass, their pattern was Whitehall. I'm not exactly sure how to tell them apart, so we'll leave it. Here's a utensil holder. I thought for a minute that that might be Le Creuset, but it's not. Vintage decanter. I don't think that stopper belongs with the bottle. There are a few pieces of the Fostoria cube that are very desirable, in particular the shrimp bowl, which actually I have one at home and I will bring that out to show you. I do have it listed on Poshmark. We are here in the vases, planters and florals, and this piece looks like something from the Little Shop of Horrors. It doesn't have a price. Lots of silks and arrangements here. This one's quite nice. I'm always lifting things up and moving things around to make sure I don't miss anything. A little heart trinket box. That would be fun for Valentine's Day. I have to remember to pick up some interesting Valentine's-y bits for the season. We've got some rubber grapes there. Those are vintage. Some Christmas ornaments snuck on through over here. Let's see. Those look quite vintage, but I don't need any more. Really, my tree is quite full. My theme is red and gold this year. Let's have a look to see if we can find anything in this aisle. We've got wreaths on the bottom there. That one's quite pretty. It will be a good one for fall, and you can add all sorts of things to a plain wreath. Jars. Got some little Halloween figurines here. I think those are dollar store pieces. More arrangements. A few little bells there and a planter. Baskets on top. This is the pink shelf, all shades of pink and red, yellow over the other side here. Making sure I look at everything. Got some purple candle holders there. Little oil jug, lampshades. Here are some of those aqua globes. You fill them with water and pop them in potted plants. I have some of those as well at home. They used to sell really quite well for me. Not so much anymore. They do seem to drain water out very quickly, probably only good for a weekend away. Quite like this jug, blue and white stripe. Just a mass-produced piece though. Let's see. Sparkly, glittery one at the back. Here's a glass piece. It looks like it's missing a string of its bow there. Probably made in China, that one. Mass-produced. Lots and lots of clear, mostly florist pieces. Those are vases that you would receive an arrangement in from a flower shop. Candles. Here we are in the kitcheny bits, and I've spotted something really exciting. Poking out from under this fancy plate is a very distinctive color and quality. It's a pumpkin baking pan, and I am almost positive that it is Nordic Ware, my favorite pan brand. There's the mark. The price is $5. I absolutely love it. These have the look of vintage canisters, but they're actually drink jars made by Pioneer Woman, I believe. As we always say, where there is one, there could be more. So we are definitely scanning these shelves, looking carefully for more Nordic ware. A huge turkey boiling pan there, a soup pot. This color is very Nordic ware-esque, but I don't think it is. It's an inexpensive baking sheet. All sorts of travel tumblers and reusable bottles. Ooh, what's back here? These look like Lazy Susan dishes, the kind you put around and then a bowl goes in the middle. I think they are Falstaff. Coffee pot. There's a pedestal cake stand. I don't think that dome goes with it. They're completely different types of glass. Here's a canister, quite lightweight. I'm missing its lid. Let's see what else. This piece is, I thought it was a tile, but it's plastic. Ooh, this is a good piece. Epicurean. This is a pizza slicer. If you make your own pizza, you sort of rock this across and it cuts your pizza. This is a recall cake pan. Back in the 1940s, you would buy one of these with angel food cake in, and similar to Marie Callender's return pie plate policy, you could return the pan to get a discount on your next angel food cake. Here's a grow your own avocado seed contraption. I like just to pop mine in a bulb forcer to root. I'm sad that these aren't ceramic because they're really pretty. I love the roses, but they're not cold. Definitely a plastic finish there. All sorts of utensils. Here's a tea kettle. Be on the lookout for Le Creuset enamelware. Actually, anything Le Creuset will do quite well at resale. Libby wine glasses, some Stella Artois pub style glasses. Those are $10, which is a bit too much for me for resale. Here's a beautiful vintage pitcher with satin glass and gold leaf design on it. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if you can see. Let me zoom in. It's got some quite significant loss to the gold leaf, which is really a shame. So because of that, we will leave it on the shelf. Another pitcher here. That's quite lightweight. World Market. Butter dish. Those are those? I think they are Falstaff, which doesn't sell too terribly well for me. There's the mark on the bottom. I think we'll leave those for somebody else. Utensils, more travel tumblers, and bakeware. Do be on the lookout for vintage serveware. Cake stands like this one can be worth quite a bit. If I'm not mistaken, this is another piece of California Poppy Trail by Metlocks. It's a beautiful grape and grapevine design, and the feel of it is so satiny. It's absolutely lovely. Only $5. Let's definitely pop that into the cart. I love the detail and shading of the design there. Let's make sure we get it a safe spot in our cart. A sad discovery in the plates aisle. The onyx candlestick we saw last time, still here, still bruised. I love these reverse painted Christmas plates. This one's a penguin. So heavy, and they just don't sell well for me, so we'll leave it. I took a minute to look these plates up on eBay Solds, and unfortunately there are about 550 listed, only 50 sold. This piece looks like Blue Sky Clayworks, a candle underplate, but I'm not really sure, and it's missing its house if it is one of those. More Falstaff, some leaf plates. They just wheeled out some brand new carts with baskets of treasures. So let's have a little peek inside and see what they have. There's an office board game. Ooh, I see penguins. What are these? They're bookends. Oh my goodness. I think they're otagiri. Let's see. $4. And there's a second one. Oh, but it's missing one of its penguins. That is tragic. Let's pop them in the cart. I'm going to head back over to the figurines and see if by any chance there is a lonely penguin sitting on the shelf. I'm first going to check these baskets though, just to make sure it's not in there. We didn't have any luck finding the missing penguin, so I put the broken bookend back on the shelf. We're still going to take the other one. Single bookends, especially with animal and bird themes, sell very, very well for me. This is a pumpkin. I think it's a decorative sign. We're here in the wood section, wood plaques, signs and baskets, seeing what we can find. Ooh, down here is a set of bowls. These look like they're really nice quality and they include a stand. These are made in Alaska, Fairbanks, Alaska. Look at these. They could definitely use a good coat of mineral oil, and I think with that they will come up absolutely beautifully. So let's pop these carefully into our cart. I do like those, and keep going. What else can we find? Way at the back here is a beautiful lady. I don't often pick up textiles, but this caught my eye. It's linen. I'm not sure if it's a flag or a wall hanging. We've got the moon and sun. And either maybe she's Mother Nature or a spirit girl. $3 on this piece. Absolutely love the neutral colors. Let's pop that in the cart. There's the cutest little wooden house back here. I love the detail. The blue with the red door and snow on the roof. It looks to be a light up piece, only $2. Goodness, you can't even buy the batteries for that. These shelves are really crammed full. Everything's stacked up. This is a napkin or paper towel holder. I love this pumpkin bowl. I just wish it was nicer quality. I love this resin chicken, but sadly she is damaged on her crest there. A big chunk out. Other than that, she is in super condition. They're asking $5 for her, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that someone can repair her. This looks like a dollar horse, a Swedish piece, possibly from IKEA. Sadly, a lot of paint missing on that, so we'll leave it. This is an interesting tray, most likely silver plate. I do like the floral edges on that. Let's see if we can move things aside and take a look at the bottom. Ooh, it's floral all over. Lots of tarnish on that. Let's see, yes, definitely silver plate. They're asking $5. Doesn't look to be marked. Here we are in the mug section, and this piece with the branches on is calling me. Now, as I pick it up, it's very lightweight, not ever such good quality, so we will leave that. Geometric designs here, those are quite nice. Let's see. Ooh, look at the thickness of this piece. That tells me it's restaurant wear. Gorgeous green flowers on it, $2. It's orange tag, so only $1. It is restaurant wear. Syracuse of China, just a single. Looks to have a manufacturer's defect there, just a little bubble, but it would be fantastic with a little succulent or cactus in it. I'm just checking to see if by any chance there are any more or any sauces to go with it. We are on our second trip around at the store, and I must have missed these the first time. Another set of Lazy Susan dishes. These are on half price sale from $6 to $3. I'm getting them because I absolutely love the colors. These oranges with yellow. I am going to have a look, see if I can find the center bowl that goes in the middle. Here's a brand that used to be very popular and did well for me at resale. It's Thrift, and these are Thrift tumblers. This one has a plastic pet food lid on it for some reason. The character here is Maxine. It's $5, and because of Maxine, I am going to check its current market value. But these days, folks are opting, instead of the plastic, for stainless steel brands like Yeti and Hydro Flask. We're back in the wood aisle with Dad. He always seems to find fun stuff that I miss. A hanging wood shelf there. And a cork collection. Those are actually quite fun. A good conversation piece. Oh, what is that? The wood looks branded.
Cowboy steak knives.
Cowboy steak knives in a custom knife block. The brand is Cowboy Living. They're $5. Definitely an artisan piece. That is a really great find. Here's a vintage metal tray with a map of Alaska, only $2. Sadly in rough shape, very scratched up on the back. This piece looks like brass with an English cottage. Let's see, $2. It does have a stamp. I can read England solid brass. I'm thinking this might clean up really, really nicely. It's definitely a vintage piece. I found some fall decor here, a harvest candle and some hanging leaves. Here's a little frame. It looks like it's canvas. Oh, it's stitchery. Harvest blessings with a little cornucopia stitched in there. Only 69 cents. I really like that. It has such a vintage feel to it, and somebody worked really, really hard. Dad has something exciting that he wants to show us. Let's see. It's a magnetic knife block. Gorgeous wood finish. Obviously it has a magnet sandwiched inside. I have never seen one of those before. That is fantastic. We are in the seasonal aisle, and I have spotted a starship. It's a baggie of ornaments, and I believe this piece is from Star Trek. Lots of other lovelies in here, a light up snowman and a glass star. The whole thing is $5, but it's 75% off. Ornaments in here. This one is Maxine. I decided not to get the Maxine Thrift tumbler. They just don't sell well, but this baggie is great. Let's pop it in the cart and we'll go through it during my haul. We are in the small art and frames, and I have spotted something exciting. It's green glass. It's $3. I believe it's a candle stand, and I think that it is Blanco glass. It's absolutely gorgeous, really, really heavy. I hope I'm right. We'll keep going here to see if there is anything else exciting. I like the shape of that frame, but it just has a print of swans in it. Let's see. These look quite vintage. They are foil pictures. A little bit of damage to those, some creasing, unfortunately. I like that there is a trio, and you can make a full picture out of them. What else do they have? As I always say, if you need a frame, visit your local thrift store. You can usually find what you need or something very, very close for a fraction of retail. Look at the variety. Ooh, elephants. This is Metal Co. $4. That needs a good clean, but it's definitely a vintage piece. Let's definitely grab that. This one is a silhouette, I believe somebody's project. A little teeny tiny cross stitch. Not ever so thrilled with the quality of that, so I think we'll leave it. Moving into the larger artwork, speaking of lovely frames, look at this one, a beautiful brassy tone. If I was in the market, that would be definitely one I would pick up. We've got mirrors and canvases, a lot of florals today, a vintage chubby chef style picture, and some dinosaurs. What else? It always pays to flip through all the artwork. There's some vintage magazine advertising and lots of photograph frames. Here's Disney, somebody's take on the Cars movie. A landscape. Ooh, look at this piece. Still Life tomatoes. This style looks very familiar. It is signed and numbered Martha Harrison. And that is very familiar to me. I have a feeling that this is a really good find. It's only $4. I was checking over my finds and tragically I found that the corn sugar holder has a massive crack on the back. That is such a shame. So it's going to have to go back onto the shelf. I always like to put things back in the right section, so here we are, kitcheny bits with the sugars. Fingers crossed that its creamer shows up. And here we go with a rundown of the top 5 best-selling items from my last haul. In the number 5 slot, the ceramic oil lamp with transfer wear roses and a glass hurricane shade. I paid $1 for it and I sold it for $14. Coming in at number 4, the lovely Royal Copley Rooster Wall Pocket. I paid $2 for it and I sold it for $35. Coming in at number 3, a gorgeous piece of vintage treasure craft. It's a Hawaii ashtray in green drip glaze. I paid $5 for it and I sold it for $15. At number 2, another ashtray. This one again is drip glaze. The brand is Royal Canadian. I paid $5 for it and I sold it for $30. And at number 1, the best-selling item from our Broad Acres Market haul was the set of Fitz and Floyd Bird in the Hand birdie mugs. These are absolutely gorgeous. I paid $10 for the set and I sold them for $70. Here on my table is everything we found at Goodwill. I love this Epicurean pizza cutter. It's so much easier than using a knife and it's not going to cut into your cutting board or pizza board. I'm actually going to keep this piece, but they are $25 on Amazon. Now, I'm still not sure whether this beautiful green either ashtray, trinket dish, or candle holder is Blanco. It's beautifully made, really nice, solid, heavy piece. I am asking $40. I absolutely love this little house. It's made of laser cut wood, I believe, and it actually lights up. Look at that. Now, unfortunately, it's missing a little piece here, either another tree or two, or maybe a fence. But still, it's a lovely, lovely piece, and the batteries alone are worth $2. I am asking $12 on this piece. Back here is a set of wooden bowls. The brand is the Great Alaskan Bowl, and they are really, really nice quality. There are 3 of them. They nest together and stand up on this stand here. They are quite expensive on the website, up and over $100, I believe. I am asking $45 on these bowls. After the haul segment, I am going to show you how I use mineral oil to bring dry bowls like these back to life. You won't believe the difference. And I am so excited to show you. Next we have this single bookend. It is Penguins by Otagiri, a hand painted piece, and the date on the bottom there is 1979. I am asking $22 on the penguin bookend. This piece is gorgeous. It's a Metlocks poppy trail cake stand. It's absolutely lovely. As I said in the video, the finish on it is just so satiny soft. It's a lovely piece, beautiful colours, super design. I am asking $38. I mentioned in the video that I used a bulb forcer to grow avocado stones, and this is a bulb forcer. You pop water in there, you pop your avocado stone or your bulb or even an onion will work into the water just so the base is touching, and it will sprout roots and shoots and grow like crazy. Now I believe this piece is a treasure craft. It's a lovely vintage crazed piece with a butterfly. I am asking $22 on the bulb forcer. Another vintage piece. This is a lovely combo of an oil lamp with a wick and a little vase. So you can put a little bouquet or single stem in the vase and have a little candle light burning there with some oil. Definitely vintage. We've got transfer wear, a little bit of wear to the gold leaf on there. I am asking $28. This piece is lovely. It's by the artist Sandy Whitefeather, and there's a little paragraph about friendship here. It's just lovely. If you can see, all the little figures in the circle are holding hands, and there's a story about her on the back. I am asking $35 on the Sandy Whitefeather friendship tile. In front of that, really sweet Harvest Blessing stitchery. It's a cornucopia, very vintage. It has its own little stand-up stand, or you can hang it with a hanger, and I am asking $18. Another art piece, this vintage elephant. I cleaned up really, really nicely. I just wiped it with some Windex on a cloth. It's an elephant with two little babies. It has its original vintage sticker, Metalco Industries, Mineola, New York. Sadly, no date. I am asking $24 on the elephants. My dad did really well on this trip. He found a couple of great pieces. These super fun steak knives. They have a cattle branding theme and they are marked on the bottom Cowboy Living. Super fun if you are a fan of Western items or you have cattle. I am asking $24 on the steak knives. Back behind is our fantastic magnetic knife holder, and I will demonstrate with the steak knives. They just grab onto the knives like that, and you can have your kitchen knives in arm's reach nice and easily with the metal knife magnetic block. I am asking $35 and the brand is AOMIESEN, Aomisen. It's a lovely piece, nice quality, very, very solid. This is a beautiful signed and numbered piece. I believe it's a lithograph by the artist Martha Hinson. She does all sorts of still lifes, fruits and veggies. It's beautifully framed, as you can see, in a lovely red frame that matches the tomatoes. I am asking $38. I looked high and low for the center bowl to match this bowl set for a Lazy Susan. I unfortunately couldn't find it, but I still think it's a great set. You could add any bowl in the middle or even a little flower display or a candle. I am asking $25 on these bowls. They are actually California pottery, as you can see. Moving down here, more serveware, bakeware. We have a Nordic ware pan. This is the Great Pumpkin Pan. You can make a pumpkin cake with two halves and you'll pop them together. It's absolutely fantastic. Nordic ware is my favorite baking pan brand. Cakes come out perfectly every time. I am asking $25 on the pumpkin pan. This piece was fascinating to me. In the 1940s, there was a company that made angel food cakes in these pans. Rico Pano Cake. The company was Lucre Cakes in Urbana, Illinois. And then if you returned the pan to them, they gave you a discount on your next cake, similar to the way Marie Callender's gives you a discount or credit for returning pie tins. Absolutely fantastic, and it makes amazing bundt or angel food cakes. I am asking $25 on the Recall Angel Food Cake Pan. Over here we have an old English piece. It's an old foil painting of a cottage and the frame is solid brass. It's actually marked on the back with a really fascinating mark. Made in England, solid brass. There's a suit of armor helmet with a shield and swords. It's just fantastic. Now it's not in perfect shape. It does have a bit of a dent here, and this top button has some tarnish. I am asking $14. This little angel is a Bradford Exchange. She could be used as an ornament or a wall hanging. She's made of ceramic with fabric wings. She's just lovely. I am asking $14. This trinket box is perfect for a new grandma. It's in relief 3D, as you can see. Inside it says, "Love that transcends the years." There's the back. It's marked Willow Tree, Grandmother by Dem Darko. The designer is Susan Lordy. I am asking $18 on the trinket box. I love restaurant ware, and it does very well for me. This is a beautiful teacup with a lovely flower design. The brand is Syracuse China. This would be absolutely fantastic with a little succulent or cactus or air plant in it, or even for displaying marbles. I am asking $12 on the restaurant ware teacup. We found a baggie in the Christmas section, and I promised to go through it with you. So we know that inside is a Star Trek Voyager ship. Now this plugs into a Christmas tree strand, as you can see. Looks to be in great condition. I believe it's a Hallmark piece. So let's pop that there and see what else is in here. This is a snowman. It looks like he takes the little button batteries, similar to our light up house here. This is a testing strand there. I would imagine the batteries are no good. He doesn't light up, but I am going to change the batteries out, and when we put the oil on the bowls, I'll show you that he works. Next, a gorgeous star. This looks to be brass and stained glass. Now there is a break, a couple of breaks in the red glass at the base there, but it's still a lovely piece, a tree ornament with a chain and hanger. And last but not least in here, we have a little plaid reindeer face. So cute. I am asking $12 on any and each of these Christmas ornaments. Now I'm quite excited about this next piece. It's a red flash painted Indiana glass bowl. As you can see, the red is peeling away to reveal yellow glass underneath. Now, after this whole segment, we together are going to put this in a vinegar soak to see if the paint will peel right off. So do stay tuned for that. Over here is our lovely linen wall hanging. It's a gorgeous lady with the sun and the moon. Look at the design and the colours. She is absolutely fantastic. I've decided that she is a wall hanging, and she would need a hanger, a wall hanger attaching. But it's fantastic. I absolutely love this piece. I am asking $22. Now, last but not least, these two pieces over here I wanted to show you, and I believe they are the difference between Indiana Whitehall and the Fostoria version, which is known as American Cube or Cubist. Now, as I understand it, this is Fostoria because it's very, very smooth. There are no rough edges at all. Whereas if you run your finger around this piece, it's quite sharp and not smooth. This is a divided dish, Indiana glass Whitehall divided dish. I am asking $25 on this piece. The Fostoria shrimp bowl is very, very hard to find. One recently sold on Etsy for about $180 or so. I have this listed on Poshmark for $225. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Goodwill and the haul. If you did, it would mean the world to me if you could watch all the way to the end of the video and then click on the links on the end screen to watch some more on my channel. If you see anything you're interested in purchasing, please send me an email, thriftingvegas.tiffany@gmail.com. Please include your name, your mailing address, the item you're interested in, and your offer. I always like to remind you that I receive many offers, so if you fall in love with something, please feel free to offer a few dollars over asking price to give yourself the best chance at winning that item. If you're in the mood to shop, please hop over to my store. It's thriftingvegas.com. There you will find items from previous videos that are still available for purchase. Do stay tuned. We are going to add some mineral oil to the beautiful Alaskan bowls, and we're also going to try the first step in removing the flash paint from the Indiana glass bowl. I'm very excited to tell you that our little snowman ornament does work with some new batteries. He's LED and he changes color from red to green to blue and to clear and yellow. He's really, really fun. You can hang him on your tree or use him as part of your display. Oh, there's purple as well. He's super fun and he is $12. This is Howard's cutting board oil, and I am going to use this to bring our beautiful Alaskan bowls back to life. It's really, really easy. This is food grade oil, which means it's safe for utensils and serveware that you would use to serve food. We're just going to drizzle a little bit in the bowl and you will see an immediate difference. Let's have a bit of fun here and do it with all three bowls, just like that. You can even do the little stand over there, and I am going to just rub the oil in with my hands, and then I'll come back and show you the difference. Actually, let's put a bit on the back side. Look at the difference in these beautiful wooden bowls. Now, when I get new wooden bowls, I wash them in warm soapy water, dry them carefully and leave them to dry for an hour or two. And then I will take my mineral oil, my food grade cutting board oil, and give them a good coat of oil. Then I will do that for the next 5 days. That cures the wood and it prevents anything you put in the bowl, salad oil, pasta, cheese, sauce, anything like that, from seeping into the wood, because it's already saturated with oil 5 times, and that keeps your wood beautifully moist and ready to use. You can wash your bowls with soap and water and dry them carefully. Never put them in the dishwasher or let them sit in water, and you will get to learn when they need another coat of your oil. But look at these beauties. I absolutely love them. Even the little stand came up beautifully with a coat of oil. Our next project is our flashed bowl. I had an idea and popped it in the center of these. It's not quite the right red, but I have a feeling that it might be the right yellow. I have a small stainless steel bowl here, one that will just about fit my glass piece, and into it I've put a cup of plain white vinegar. Now, I don't need to put water inside my piece because the paint is just on the outside. So the next thing I'm going to do is use my kettle and put some hot water into the vinegar. Just like that. We only need enough to come up and around the sides of the bowl to soak off the paint from the glass. Now we are going to leave that sit in there, and in the next video I'll show you what happened. Let's go. Wait. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. Come on. Very tired. This is going to be so much fun. I'm here at Goodwill, but I'm not alone. My mum and my daughter Miley are with us.
Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone.
What are we going to look for today? Stuff.
Stuff. Cut. I was not prepared for